hate winter training.
I don't think I would have been able to achieve nearly as much as I did without a good and consistent winter.
If you don't put the work in winter, you don't get the rewards in summer, and summer is what every track athlete lives for.
They're hitting 10 miles, 12 miles, 15 miles. My body just simply can't handle that. When it comes to the summer, all these distance guys aren't going to be able to keep up with us.
Since you last spoke to us, training's ramped up a little bit. We've put spikes on for the first time, which was interesting. The volume's going up, the speed of the workouts are going up, and it's just getting a little bit more tasty. My mileage has sort of probably reached its max for the winter. I hit 45 miles for the two weeks on the trot recently, so we'll probably teeter around that position for the next 2-3 months. We've started introducing a more aggressive approach to hills, just so we can still get that speed gain, still get that power gain, but just keep the low impact, so we just reduce our injury risk significantly.
We said to slow it down, and I'll start 2x quicker. Then lays the gauntlet down on that one, then goes, you take the rest.
Well, I should put my knee brace on, hold on. Make myself look more pathetic. I am ready.
How's life been on crutches?
The crutches are getting very boring. They're very hard work. They make me very tired. Harry has been my personal taxi driver, for which I am somewhat grateful. Exercise-wise, I have been completely lacking. I was told by the surgeon that I wasn't allowed to bike. Starting to get a little bit jealous of the boys. I would quite like to join them in a couple of their sessions, but right now I'm going to have to be patient. When I first went to see the physio, they realised my quad had no longer had a neurological link to it, so re-establishing that has been my main priority. The boys have been going well. Quite proud of them. They're doing the long hard sessions, even though they're 800 metre runners, you know, all weather, sun, wind, but especially the rain. Except for Ben, who conveniently seemed to get injured as soon as it started raining and has been very much hiding in our pain cave on the bike.
So last Saturday, picked up a little bit of a calf niggle, strain / cramp. Don't really know what it was. I don't think it's going to have affected my fitness very much. For me, high mileage, it's not important, mate. You don't need it. I can survive off of 20 miles a week running, as long as I'm supplementing it with a lot of aerobic work on the bike. I'm not going to let this niggle affect me at Manny Relays.
My name is Davey. I'm an 800 metre runner.
It's all Davey at the moment. The under 23 was the fastest coming in. Can he attack that personal best? Yes, he can.
Third best in the house. Well, debatable, but on paper, third best in the house. I've done Manchester Relays for the last 2 years. It was alright, it's not exactly my cup of tea.
It's an opportunity to test your fitness at this time of year and see who's in the best shape, or for Harry and Ben to argue in who's in worse shape.
Manchester Relays is definitely the pinnacle of cross-country season.
Manny Relays isn't an important race. No one cares if you do very well.
I would love to do well in this race.
Honestly, who cares? It's just a way for certain people to boost their egos early in the season when it doesn't really matter.
If I'm being brutally honest to the rest of Buak, I don't think anyone's got a chance in hell of beating us. Like, our team's just way too strong.
Sam Davey, he's getting quite fit and strong at the moment.
At the moment, still definitely just base training, just building up a bit more of a base, just becoming a bit more of an aerobic monster. But yeah, at the moment, just ticking over. Obviously 3k up from something like an 800 or a 1500 is a fair chunk of a step up, so having done a bit more mileage than I'm used to, I'll be used to the further distances, got a bit more tempo in there, so used to that kind of mile, 2 mile kind of distance at a bit of a quicker pace. Well, I mean, I'm very much hoping I'm going to put Mr. Gardner into the ground.
In terms of hours spent doing aerobic training this winter, I'm pretty sure I've been doing 6 times the amount of work I did last winter. And now the sessions are getting a little bit more squeaky bum time. Like, you're starting to feel like you're fitter.
We're ramping up that mileage. We're increasing our time on feet, which is going to increase our aerobic development.
And so we'll start with a block of tempo work up here, threshold work. Roughly call that 10k feel the quickest, okay? Then we will go into a block of hills. Once you finish your block of hills, we'll go straight back over to here and we'll do another block of tempo. Lads. That's how to take this girl, right? And then Harry goes, Ben, chill, chill. So I chilled and I just like sat behind the girl. Harry just overtook me. He's like, okay, pass him. Well, I saw the girls go quickly, I was like, we'll just sit behind them.
I would have said Eddie's generally one of our best aerobic athletes, to be fair, but he's at the moment.
You know, I'd love to be racing at Money Relays, doing a leg for the team. Luckily, we've got a qualified individual in Luke Richardson.
Luke Richardson, yeah, he's a good runner, I like him. In terms of who our competition are, do you guys know anyone that's going to beat us? In my head, I don't think there's anyone that's going to be able to compete with me over a 3K cross-country round. Is that clear?
Yeah, we're up against it with the Black teams.
They're probably going to have Tyler Billiard. Tamir and Will Barnacote might make an appearance, but you know, they might be too big time for Money Relays these days.
These guys all think they're clear, but let me tell you now, our little secret weapon.
Charlie Davies.
Charlie Davies.
And there he is. Charlie Davies.
Oh, sorry, do you just want one clap? My name's Charlie Davies. I'm a 10k runner. Got a best time of 29:41, and in my spare time I do dentisting. Training was going really well this winter until I fell ill due to a little snobs trip, and been on the comeback ever since. Wow, I've done Manchester Relays. My first one was in 2017 as a first year. Did 2 legs, run probably 6 legs since then. I'm going to do 3 more this weekend. I think I've done more than the rest of the team combined in terms of legs at Manchester Relays. As the resident concrete representative in the anti-concrete track club, sometimes I can be a bit out of my depth in certain situations, but this isn't one of them. The Birmingham Uni team has historically dominated this event, apart from when I choose the team, in which case the B team wins. But you know, believing is the first step to achieving. I think we've got to go out there with some strong beliefs.
So, woke up on race day, played the habitual #1 candidate, got out of bed feeling ferocious, nommed a couple hot cross buns, got in the car.
About 10 minutes into the journey, the whole car started shaking.
Harry decided to break down.
I snapped the alternator belt of my car. We had started to reach panic stations at this point, because if the car can't run, we can't get to Manchester, and if we can't get to Manchester, ACTC has no documentary.
Stranded in probably the dodgiest area of Birmingham. Tempers were rising. Dan Maud could not read the room at all, getting on Harry's nerves. Ben insisted on trying to shove a camera in his face.
Luckily we had some saviours, Finn Profit and Max Cunningham and Will Sim come to gas. Then went from more or less a Birmingham crack then all the way to Manny Relays.
me and Eddie, we were still stuck in a very dodgy part of the centre of Birmingham. So we called Green Flag and they sent a bloke out to come look at my car. He got there pretty swiftly, so once he was there, he was just basically like, "You've snapped your alternator belt, I'm gonna have to tow the car."
I started my day with a Greggs meal deal. So I had a bacon butty and a flat white from Greggs. So it's a good start to the day.
He started doing all the manoeuvres necessary to tow a car.
Got even better when I got to share the coach journey with Dean Miller. We sat next to each other at the front, so that was good.
And we still had no way of getting to Manchester.
So yeah, got to Manny Relays, popped on me splats, 5mm in there. Nothing was going to stop me from running a bang average leg, mate.
Dean Miller put us in contact with our guardian angel, Jeffrey McGraw. He came and picked us up, and we had about an hour to get to Manchester at this point.
Arrived pretty much as Ben disappeared round the first corner. It was a touch and go. Harry did a fairly frantic warm-up.
As we'd switched Luke and me round, so I'm now going off on third leg, Luke's taking over second leg, just to give me a little bit more time.
Got warmed up on the start line, and then I bonked a little bit. So yeah, started off under Dean's instructions to not go out too hard, which I didn't. I waited for a big pack of buac to come past me and just decided I'm going to sit here and kick at the end. However, got to the end and could not kick all of them.
We came through the first leg about 20th place, something like that. Not too bad start, considering Ben's a bit shit.
Luke Richardson, the substitute, absolute aerobic animal.
Handed over to Luke Richardson, who did a stellar job.
Made us up the most places out of anyone, I'd say.
Harry's off, and he better put people away. Let's go, Harry.
I was feeling a little bit ill, as you can probably tell, but I was not going to let that stop me. I got out hard, probably a bit too hard, chasing down some runners that I probably shouldn't be aiming to chase down at this point in the winter.
Harry ran pretty well considering how ill he's been the last few days.
But I came through with a pretty decent time, but a pretty major cough.
I suppose cross is never really my thing, so I wasn't expecting anything ridiculous. Again, would have liked quicker than I actually did run, but yeah, it was all right.
Sam, Diffin, Gravy, Davey. Can we just insert the clip here of Sam going, "I want to bury Ben into the ground"?
Well, I mean, I'm very much hoping I'm going to put Mr. Gardner into the ground.
So he sort of maintained our position pretty standard in that 10th position, and handed off to our big man Daniel Maud on the 5th leg.
Not quite what I expected, but it was a good building block for podium in a few weeks. I think I was second fastest in the house.
We had big hopes for Dan that he might try combat Charlie, but sadly that didn't come to fruition.
And all importantly, he put Charlie in a very good position to take some names on that last leg.
First leg was the fastest, but probably felt the worst. Then did a few 60-second reps, went back for the second leg, which was the slowest leg, but started to feel a bit better. A few more 60-second leg reps, and then the last leg was the important leg, because obviously that was for the ACTC team. So I managed to step up from the second leg. Probably the best I felt on any of the legs, to be honest.
Our secret weapon, mate, did the job and did it well. After running 2 stellar legs, around 9:12, then 9:20, he produced the quickest leg for the team on his 3rd leg to get us into the top 10.
He got us out of the 10th position, and we ended up coming in 9th, which was huge. We take that. 9th place at Manchester Relays for a team of mostly 800 runners is a huge dub for the boys.
We may have come 9th on the day, but for a house team, number 1, 97 Tynemouth, where were you?
So I can tell you where they were actually, but they were 14th.
14th! 14th! Shambles.
Yeah, strong run from the boys in general.
Who beat us? What do you mean, Tamer? Just Tamer. I mean, he probably could have run 6 legs and beaten us.
I mean, we had to give the win to the Birmingham A team. We did it. It just wouldn't have been right if they didn't win. Let's be honest here. Can't have a team of 800-meter runners basically win. That just doesn't sit right for anybody, I think, in that regards.
But you know, even though I didn't run, I got my own W this weekend because I can now walk without crutches. Yeah!